Hello and welcome to the Kenyan Week that was. I'm DY, and this week we're talking about something that's become as Kenyan as ugali, traffic jams, and promising to send money via M-Pesa. Kesho tu, our national obsession with celebrating people for absolutely nothing. And look, I know what you're thinking. DY, that's harsh. Surely people accomplish things before we celebrate them. No, no, they don't. And this week gave us the perfect trifecta to demonstrate this. A tree hugger, a politician, and a prophet. It's like the setup to a joke, except the punchline is our entire society. So buckle up because today we are examining how Kenya has perfected the art of giving standing ovations to people who are still sitting down. Let's start with Truphena Muthoni, Kenya's world record breaking tree hugger. And yes, I'm using air quotes because I'm petty like that. Now, Truphena made headlines this month just a few days ago for hugging a tree for 72 hours straight. That's 3 full days. 3 days of just hugging a tree. And Kenya lost its collective mind. President Ruto called her a trailblazer. Cabinet secretaries showed up. Corporate sponsors threw money at her. Odibet even pledged 1 million Kenya shillings. Safari companies offered free holidays, and PLO Lumumba traveled to Nyeri to personally witness this act of extended arboreal affection. And I have questions, so many questions. First, Truphena already holds a verified Guinness World Record for hugging a tree for 48 hours, which he achieved in February this year. That's real. That's confirmed. Guinness said, yes, this person hugged a tree longer than anybody else, and here is your certificate. But the 72-hour attempt, the one that got the one that got the president's attention, the one that triggered a national outpouring of celebration, still under review. Guinness World Records literally said, we're looking at the evidence. Please calm down. But did we even calm down? Did we wait for verification before declaring the victory? Of course not. This is Kenya. We don't wait for confirmation. We just print the t-shirts and book the parade. And yes, here's where it gets interesting. I visited Truphena's website, hugtheearthwithtruphena.com. Yes, that's real, and it's a masterclass in what I call vibes-based activism. The site has sections, nature therapy workshops, marathon tree hugging events, forest bathing sessions, as in forest bathing sessions. And look, I'm not saying nature therapy isn't real. I'm not even saying connecting with the environment isn't important. What I am saying is show me the trees you've actually saved. Because here's what's conspicuously missing or absent from that website: actual conservation outcomes, environmental policies that have changed, forest protected from destruction, legal victories against illegal loggers, reforestation projects with measurable success. You know what is there? A whole section of testimonials. From government officials calling her a climate champion, saying she's destined for greatness. Oh, good. Presidential endorsements. That's definitely what the Mau forests need. Not protection from illegal encroachment, but really a good tree hugger with excellent branding. And now, I can already hear some of you getting defensive. DY, why are you hating? She's raising awareness. No. We need to stop using raising awareness as a substitute for actual achievements. You know what else raises awareness? Literally anything that gets attention. A goat running through the CBD raises awareness. It doesn't mean we should give it a cabinet position, does it? I'm just asking. Because here's my problem. Kenya is burning, not metaphorically. We've literally had forest fires this year. We are facing massive deforestation. Our water towers are being destroyed. Climate change is wreaking havoc on our agriculture, and we are directing presidential attention, corporate sponsorship, national media coverage to someone whose primary contribution is endurance hugging. Meanwhile, actual forest rangers, people who risk their lives protecting forests from illegal loggers, are underpaid and ignored. Community conservation groups doing actual restoration work can't even get funding. Environmental lawyers fighting destructive development projects get death threats. But the tree hugger, gets 1 million shillings and a trip to Mombasa. Hmm. And this brings us to the heart of the problem. We have completely lost the ability to distinguish between looking like you're doing something and actually doing something. Truphena is excellent at the former. Her website has gorgeous photos. Her branding is on point. Verde vibes by Truphena. She's got the colored hair representing earth, fire, people, and resistance. The aesthetics are impeccable, but where are the results? I want to be clear. I'm not questioning whether Truphena cares about the environment. I am questioning why we as a society are so eager to throw money and recognition at spectacle while ignoring substance. Because this isn't really about Truphena. She's just playing the game. The problem is we created this game. Which brings us perfectly to our politicians. Because if there's one group of people Kenya loves to celebrate before they've accomplished anything, it's our political class. Last week, President Ruto, this weekend on the 12th, President Ruto gave his Jamhuri Day speech, and it was a festival of unverified claims. We've done a full fact check episode on that separately. But for now, let's just appreciate the pattern. We've created 1 million jobs. Citation needed. The economy is growing faster than ever. Statistical verification pending. We've tackled corruption head on. Okay, now you're just making things up and making fun of us all as Kenyans. But here's the thing. It works because we've trained ourselves to applaud the announcement rather than demand the outcome. Think about it. How many times have we seen a politician cut a ribbon for a hospital that doesn't have doctors? Launch job programs that doesn't create jobs, inaugurate a road that is still a death trap 3 months later. We celebrate the photo op, we share the press release, we praise the bold leadership, and then we act shocked. And I mean shocked when nothing actually happens or changes. And the comparison to Truphena is perfect because the playbook is identical. Step 1, make a big announcement. Step 2, get high-profile endorsements. Step 3, collect the accolades and rewards. Step 4, never provide measurable outcomes. It's brilliant, really. Why actually solve the problem when you can just perfect the performance of solving them? Why build affordable housing when you can just launch an affordable housing initiative and get credit for the intentions? Why fight corruption when you can just create an anti-corruption task force and celebrate your commitment to transparency? Why protect the forests when you can just hug a tree, though? The spectacle is the substance. The announcement is the achievement. The performance is the policy. And we fall for it every single time. Remember when we were told laptops would transform education? We celebrated that, gave them credit. The laptops barely materialized. And the ones that did mostly ended up in storage or even got stolen. Remember when we were told SGR would revolutionize transport and pay for itself? We built statues. Literally, someone built a statue celebrating it. Now we are paying Chinese loans for a railway that loses money every single day and every single trip it makes. Remember when we were told that the Huduma number would streamline services? We registered, we waited in lines, praised the digitization, and then nothing. The system never came. This is the pattern. We reward the promise and not the delivery. We celebrate the vision and not the execution. We give standing ovations to people who just showed up to the stage. It's like giving someone a Nobel Prize for intending to discover something. Congratulations. You wanted to cure cancer. Here is your medal. No, no, no. You do not actually have to cure it. The intention was enough. Laughable. And now, because Kenya can never just have two types of unaccountable celebrities, let's talk about our prophets. Oh, Kenya's prophets. The men, and yes, it's mostly always men who have perfected the art of being right only in retrospect. The Lord told me there would be rain. It's April in Kenya during the rainy season. That's not prophecy, that's meteorology. I prophesy economic hardship in the coming year. Have you met our economy? Prophesying hardship in Kenya is like prophesying that there will be traffic on Thika Road. You're not wrong, but you're also not impressive. And here is where it connects to our theme. We celebrate these prophets and men of God without ever checking their track record. Did last year's prophecies come true? Don't know. Don't care. Here's a new set of prophecies. Did the miracle healing ever work? Doesn't matter. Look at the crowd size. Did the financial breakthrough happen? Who's asking the questions? Just plant your seed offering. And I need to be careful here because faith is personal, and I respect that very, very much. But what I do not respect is the exploitation of faith, the weaponization of belief for personal gain without any form of accountability, because the pattern is the same. A prophet declares something vague enough to be unfalsifiable. Breakthrough is coming. Coming when? To whom? How will we know it has arrived? Doesn't matter. Just believe, my guy. They accumulate followers, money, and influence based on the claims that can never, ever be verified. They build empires, literal empires of churches, media networks, business ventures, all funded by people seeking hope. And when the breakthrough doesn't come, when the prophecy fails, you don't have enough faith. The devil blocked it. It's spiritual. You wouldn't understand. The accountability never comes because we never demand it. And just like with Truphena and our politicians, we've created a system where performance replaces results. The prophet doesn't need to have a track record of accurate prophecies. He just needs to deliver them with conviction. The politician doesn't need to have built anything. She just needs to promise enthusiastically. The activist doesn't need to have saved any forests. She just needs to hug a tree dramatically for 3 days. And we eat it up, we celebrate it, we fund it, and we defend it. And if anyone asks, but have they actually accomplished? That person is called a hater, a doubter, someone with negative energy, as if accountability is negativity, as if verification is hatred, as if expecting results from people we've elevated and fund is somehow unreasonable. So let's connect these dots, shall we? What do Truphena Muthoni, William Ruto, and Pastor Nganga have in common? They've all mastered the art of Kenyan celebrity. High visibility, low accountability, and zero, and I mean zero verification. And we've enabled it. We've created an entire ecosystem that rewards style over substance. Social media amplifies the spectacular, not the significant. Traditional media chases clicks and not credibility. Corporate sponsors want brand associations, not due diligence. And political leaders want photo ops and never the policy outcomes. And we, yes, we, the public, want heroes so badly that we'll crown anyone that looks the part. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Demanding accountability is hard. Asking questions is uncomfortable. Waiting for verification is goddamn boring. It's so much easier just to believe, to celebrate, to share the inspiring story, to be part of the movement, to feel good about supporting something that feels meaningful. But feelings, unfortunately, aren't facts. Vibes aren't victories, and good intentions aren't good enough. And the cause of this isn't abstract. It's not just philosophical. It's real. When we celebrate tree huggers instead of forest protectors, real forest gets destroyed while we are distracted by the spectacle. When we applaud political promise instead of demanding delivery, real people suffer from lack of services, corruption, and incompetence. When we elevate prophets without checking their track records, real families lose their savings to prosperity, gospel scams, even some lose their lives. The spectacle has consequences. Let us not forget of Shakahola. The celebration without verification has a body count. And I don't mean metaphorically. When politicians announce healthcare reforms that never materialize, people die in unfunded, understaffed hospitals. When they promise food security programs that are just PR, families go hungry. When they declare war on corruption but protect the corrupt, the entire society bleeds. So, so no, I'm not going to celebrate Truphena Muthoni for hugging a tree until she shows me the trees she's actually saved. And no, I'm not going to applaud President Ruto's announcements until I see the receipts. And no, I'm not going to say amen to prophecies that cannot be verified, because we deserve better, because Kenya deserves much, much more. Okay, so if I've just spent the last 15 minutes complaining without offering solutions, I'm just as useless as the people I am criticizing. So let's talk about what we can actually do. First, change what we celebrate. Stop giving awards for effort. Stop celebrating announcements. Stop sharing press releases as if they are actual achievements. Instead, celebrate outcomes. Don't celebrate the tree hugger. Celebrate the person who stopped the logging operation. Don't celebrate the political promise. Celebrate the completed project. Don't celebrate the prophecy. Celebrate the demonstrated track record. What do they do in the society? And I know this sounds harsh, but it's actually very liberating, because when you focus on outcomes, you know exactly what to look for. There's no ambiguity. Either the road got built or it didn't. Either the forest is protected or it isn't. Either the miracle happened or it didn't. Secondly, demand receipts. Every time someone makes a claim, ask, can you show me? The politician says they've created jobs. Great. Show us the employment data. Show us the people who got hired. Show us the businesses that have expanded. The prophet says breakthrough is coming. Wonderful. Let's document what the breakthrough really looks like so we can verify when it arrives. The activist says they are fighting climate change. Fantastic. Show us the policy changes, the protected hectares, the measurable impact. And if they get defensive when you ask, if they accuse you of being negative or doubting, that's a red flag the size of Kenya. Because people who are actually doing the work love showing their work. Forest rangers want to show you the forest they've actually protected. Teachers want to show you the students who've actually succeeded. Doctors want to show you the patients who've recovered. It's only the frauds who get angry when you ask for verification. Third, redirect your support. There are people in Kenya right now doing incredible work. Environmental lawyers fighting illegal land grabs, community organizations restoring degraded land, investigative journalists exposing corruption, civil society groups holding government accountable, scientists who are developing climate adaptation strategies, teachers working in underfunded schools, healthcare workers in understaffed hospitals. These people aren't famous. They do not have a million shilling corporate sponsorship. They don't even get presidential recognition. You know why? Because their work isn't spectacular. It's just important. So redirect your celebration, redirect your money, redirect your attention. Find the people doing the unglamorous work of actually solving problems and support them, not with vibes and well wishes, but with resources, recognition, and real backing. Fourth, hold the amplifiers accountable. Media outlets, stop amplifying claims without verification. Your job isn't to repost press releases, it is to interrogate them. Corporate sponsors, stop throwing money at whatever gets attention. Do actual due diligence. Do actual due diligence on who you are supporting and what they've actually achieved. To our political leaders, stop showing up for photo ops with whoever is trending. Your endorsement has weight. Use it responsibly. And influencers, stop sharing inspiring stories without checking if they're actually true. Your platform has power. Wield it with some damn integrity. Because the system works this way because we've all agreed to play along. And it will only change when we collectively decide to stop. Fifth and finally, embrace the boring. This is the hardest one because it goes against everything our culture has become. Real change is boring. Building a functional healthcare system takes decades of unglamorous work. Restoring an ecosystem requires years of patient, methodical effort. Transforming education means countless small improvements compounded over time. There's no ribbon cutting for we reduce teachers to student ratios by 3%. There's no viral moment for we successfully implemented a new water management system. There are no trending hashtags for we slightly improved maternal healthcare outcomes in rural areas. But that's the work that actually matters. And until we are willing to celebrate the boring, the unglamorous, the slow work of real change, we are going to keep giving standing ovations to people hugging trees. Look, I get it. I understand why we do this. We are tired. We're frustrated. We want heroes. We want to believe that someone out there is fighting for us, caring about the things we care about, making the world a better place. And when someone shows up with good intentions and an inspiring story, it feels good to support them. It feels good to be part of that something. It feels good to actually believe in a better tomorrow. But good intentions, unfortunately, without results, aren't good enough. Inspiring stories without verifications aren't trustworthy. And being part of something meaningless doesn't actually change anything. Kenya, we are at a crossroad. We can continue down this path where we celebrate spectacle over substance, where we reward performance over results, where we elevate people based on how good their branding is rather than what they've actually accomplished or done. Or we can choose, and we can choose something harder. We can choose accountability. We can choose verification. We can choose to wait for results before giving the applause. It won't feel as good in the moment. It won't give us the viral celebration moment. It won't let us be part of the trending movement, but it might actually change something. And isn't that supposed to be the point? This has been the Kenyan Weeks at Force. I'm DY. Stop hugging trees. Start protecting forests. Stop celebrating promises. Start demanding delivery. And for the love of God, stop giving standing ovations to people who just showed up. Until next week, when we will carry out further fact checking on any other issues that is running down in Nairobi. Good night, Kenya. And remember, accountability isn't negativity, it's survival. Oh, and one more thing. If you're listening to this, Truphena, I want to be clear. This isn't personal. I don't know you. I don't hate you either. I genuinely hope you care about the environment. But show us the work, not the performance. The work. Show us the forest protected, the policies changed, the communities empowered. Show us the receipts because Kenya has too many performers and not enough doers. And we desperately need more of the latter. That goes for all of you, actually. And again, I'm DUI and Barakatele.